Mic is on. All right. Here now, live stream. Number 22. 22. Gratitude. Gratitude for the space. Gratitude for being here now. Gratitude for another opportunity to expand our present moment awareness, to deepen our self-understanding, to awaken our intuition. Much love, much peace, much presence, gratitude, gratitude. Scott! Thanks for coming on, Scott. Good to see ya. How's life, Scotty? Lighters up. Lights up. Just Sean, moderator gang. Good to see you here once again, King. How are you feeling? How's everyone feeling? Home Girl fam, what's up? Shout out Scott, Mariah, Maya, and Luca. Much love. I am Shibi, wholeness and power, y'all. Much love, I am Shibi. Thank you for being here once again. Thank you for your positive vibes. How are y'all feeling today? El Chico! What's up, El Chico? Moderator gang. Thanks for being here again. Once again, King. Feeling good? Feeling fantastic, I am Shibi. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Trenzetta, welcome back. Good to see you once again. Gang's all here. Yes. This bowl, heart chakra bowl, it's F. The sound is F. It's a new addition to Here Now live streams. El Chico, giving my dogs a bath right now. They're listening to the stream too. Hey! Gang's all here. We got Negra. We got Choco. No, Choco. Oh my gosh. Choco is my neighbor's dog. Negra. I forgot the names of the other dogs. I only remember Negra. Remind me again, El Chico. I'm having a brain fart. You know I know their names. Yes. I'm going to play it once more for y'all. Well, I'm going to play it a lot more for y'all. As I play this sound bowl, all right, here's a little opener to Here Now live streams. Focus on your heart center, alrighty? Scott, Queenie, you see Queenie? You see that little chunky baby? There we go. Oso, Negra, and Fluffy. How can I forget about Oso and Fluffy? Much love to the 3 chakras. Much love to them. This is my chakra right here. This is my 1 Queenie chakra. Alrighty. Take 1 conscious breath in. 1 conscious breath out. Bring your awareness to your heart center. And be there. You focus on your heart center. It allows you to give awareness to, this is how I feel, my connection to the heart chakra, heart center. I'm still learning more about the chakras and our connection to them. But you give awareness to your heart center, it gives you enough strength to bring awareness to all the other chakras. So we have the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, third eye, and the crown. Transetta, damn, it made me froze. Chills up my spine. There we go. There we go. We're feeling it. Feeling it. That's been my intention lately, is bringing awareness to my heart center. Honestly, no one can get to you. Nothing can get to you. When someone, when people say hurtful things, it's always a projection. It's never personal. And so when you're tapped into your heart center, you're aware, all of that, it bounces right off. In fact, within your energy field, in your aura, it made me freeze. Yeah. Within your aura, it transmutes. You transmute all negative energy, any shame, any guilt, resentment, envy, jealousy, it all transmutes. And you're staying grounded, you're staying present. And this is what I love sharing as a form of pairing it with observing the mind, being aware of the mind and any conditioned patterns. You pair that with heart-centered practice, self-compassion. It's a game changer. Your entire spiritual healing journey. You're able to face the pain, the darkness. You're able to face it. You're able to face it. Whew. How's everyone feeling today? How was everyone's day? I got myself lavender chamomile mint tea. One cat short of crazy. You guys already know. Ouch. Really good. I want to share a stone with y'all that I got the other day. Oh yeah, Salon. Salon's on here. Shout out Salon. Yeah, send a screenshot. I got a stone the other day. I'm actually wearing it right now. This is, once again, it's tapped into the heart center. It is an asterite serpentine. Asterite serpentine. So, whenever I go to a crystal shop, I'm in there, and whatever I feel drawn to, it's there. Whenever you go into a crystal shop, try that, because it will reveal to you what would like to express itself within you, what aspect of you would like to express itself, and that's a part of healing, allowing what's in the shadows to come up so you could see it and approach it and see it in a different perspective. And so for me, this one here, it's green, heart chakra. Once again, heart chakra vibes. Harnesses powerful healing energy that works to create an energetic and protective shield around the body. When you feel safe and guarded from proverbial snake bites, it gives you the freedom and security you need to glow with love and happiness. Has a strong energy known to stimulate the arousal of the Kundalini energies. Pretty tight. So yeah, that's been the vibration. It's been so helpful, so eye-opening, awakening. So good. I want to put it down and then I don't put it down. If ever I'm on here, if you're on here and hear no lives, and you see me just for a second, close my eyes. It's just for a moment of recognition of space. So if ever you see me, I invite you to join in. Take a moment to invite space into your life. Invite stillness, invite silence, improve your relationship with it. Allows you to be grounded, less reactive. You respond rather than react. A little Palo Santo. To celebrate and honor this moment, Here Now live streams is a space where we expand our present moment awareness. What is the present moment? Why should we be present? Why is it so important? How do I know when I'm not present? How do I know when I am present? Here Now live streams is the space for that. And if you're here every week, every chat, you have somehow in some way been expanding your present moment awareness. Here Now live streams is a space for healing, transformation. A space where honestly we're reminded that there's still hope in humanity. We don't have to be caught up in the latest news, the latest headlines, telling us that we're all so different from each other. We're all so separate. That a certain group has far more value than the other. a certain group of people, whatever it might be, however it's been divided. You come to HNL live streams and you're reminded of your true self, right? Beyond the body, beyond the mind. And you come here and you're like, yo, we really are all one. We really all came to this planet. We came to this planet to heal something. And you don't have to believe the first thought that comes to mind. That's a big aspect of present moment awareness, is when a thought arises within the mind, you don't have to believe the first thought that comes to mind. Those thoughts are not your own. You've heard it from somewhere. Someone said it to you. You adopted it somehow from the collective consciousness. They're not your own. When you're aware enough, you use thought instead of thoughts using you. You become the master of your mind, the leader of your mind, the director of your mind. Anxiety, depression, it's not who you are. You don't have anxiety, you don't have depression. You feel anxiety, you feel depressed. It's not a part of your identity. Once you make it a part of your identity, it's a lot more difficult to let go of that. It's a lot more difficult to step out of that. It's not who you are. You are far beyond it. Emotions are signals. They're signs. Those feelings, what you feel, they're signs. You could be in a state of depression, but it's not who you are. You know, you could step out of that. You can step out of it. Y'all, you already know. All it takes is a shift in consciousness. All it takes is a little bit of space. All it takes is a little bit of present moment awareness, and you're reminded of who you are. You're reminded that you're much greater, you are much grander than those feelings, than your life situation. Don't get it twisted, you know, our life situations, no matter what it is, no matter how daunting it might be, how limited you might feel, you're greater. You're greater. Master manifestors. What? I am Shibi. Absolutely. Let's go. Transetto 100. Let's go. Let's go. Got a great topic for y'all today. This topic. It's a powerful topic. Yo, this topic is, it's huge when you're awakening, right? You're awakening. You're reminded that you are far more than this body. And a lot of aspects of the way you engage with the world, it starts to shift. And what also starts to shift are the people who are in your life. The people within your life, they either grow with you or they're not going to go with you anywhere. They either grow with you or they're not going to go with you. You might have to leave them behind, but it's all love. It's all love. Once we awaken, our interests start to change. We're not as interested in what we once were interested in. When we begin to awaken, simultaneously, we want to spend more time alone, introspective, understanding ourselves, our emotions, our wants, our needs. We must reassess who is in our environment. We must reassess who we're giving our energy to. Otherwise, we're going to be held back. Otherwise, we're going to feel emptiness. We're going to feel drained. We won't feel seen. We won't feel heard. We won't feel safe. We won't feel supported. So the people around us, they must grow with us, or they won't go with us. I just made that up right now, y'all. I am Chibi, you ain't never lied. Adrian, what's up, Adrian? And I forgot about the live. Hello. You know what? But you're still here. You're still here. Welcome, welcome. Here now, live stream number 22. Number 22. I can't believe it's been 22 lives. What? El Chico, exactly. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. Man, I'm telling you right now, like, that is the truth. Even if you think that when you hang around people, you're not adopting their habits, their behaviors, their thoughts, you better think again. You better go find a tree, meditate there, and observe your thoughts. And recognize that you're adopting some thoughts that are not yours, you know? And it's so important. It's so important that we become aware of who is in our environment. I share here, right, the importance of our attention, our time, and our energy. What? There is so much value in that. There's so much value in that. There's so much value, right? That all the social media platforms, they want your attention. They want your time. They want your energy. Yo, that's money to them. That's money. You must value your attention, your time, your energy way more than them. Way more than that. And when you begin to value that, you'll start to notice that it's time for you to reassess your relationships, reassess how you spend your day to day, reassess where you put your energy, and you'll start to see, all right, I'm creating a fulfilling life for myself. I know what I deserve. I know who deserves to be in my life. And often, you know, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough sometimes. Like, we feel like we're losing people. We awaken more and more. We feel like we're losing people. We feel like we're losing friends, relationships. It's not a loss. It's a release. It's a release. You're making space for what is meant for you, right? If you got a room full of junk, you can't bring in all the new stuff. There's no space for the new shiny things that actually deserve more of your attention. We got to do some spring cleaning. A little Marie Kondo, you know, clean it out. If you look at something and it doesn't hold value to you, it's got to go. Maybe you can donate it. Maybe it has value to someone else. It's got to go, though. So think about the 5 people you hang around the most. and think about, how are they providing energy for you? Are they returning it the same? We talk about the cycle of giving and receiving, giving and receiving. Often, some get caught up in the giving aspect. Oh, I'm a giver, I'm a giver, I'm a giver. And you give so much, you're drained because you're not receiving. Receiving is just as valuable. In order for someone to give, someone must receive, right? Otherwise, we can't all just be givers because we're not giving to anybody. Receive, receive, receive. When I'm on here and y'all share these positive vibrations, I receive, I receive, I receive. That's a practice that I choose to be intentional about. Otherwise, I'm going to be drained. Like, hella drained. Edward Smith. What's up, Edward Smith? Welcome to Here Now live streams. When a person is talking from their soul or from their heart without thinking, where's that channeling from? Without thinking, I would say without effort, without trying. The best I could say is source, right? Source energy, universal intelligence. There's an aspect of you tapped into some other aspect of life. You're channeling, right? That's what it's called. It's channeling. That's what happens here on Here Now live streams. When I'm speaking, sometimes I come here, I'm like, I got a couple points, I'm going to share it. Other than that, everything else will be filled in. Whatever arises in the moment is what I share, right? That's channeling. You know, I spoke to y'all about this book right here. Check it out in the bookstore. Boom, 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 Tao Te Ching. The first page, Edward, it's right here. This one's for you, right? The Tao that can be understood is not the eternal cosmic Tao, just an idea that can be expressed in words. It's not the infinite idea. So even though I said source, I said universal intelligence, where that is being expressed from, where that's being channeled from, it's beyond concept. It's beyond the mind. I think the most simplest way to say is source. If anyone else in the chat wants to join in and say when they're in an experience, when they're in flow, and they're just doing. Flow is, if you've ever seen an athlete and an athlete is in the zone, that is flow. Some form or some way, they're channeling something. A singer, an artist, a speaker, a healer. You're tapped in. You're not trying, right? Flow. Flow is a combination of discipline and intuition. Hold on. Let me get it together. Me and El Chico, we talked about this. Let me get it for y'all. I got it. Here we go. I said intuition. Discipline and surrender. That's flow. It's a balance of discipline and surrender. Okay? So it's like, for example, let's talk about an athlete, right? Growing up, I played soccer. Greatest sport in the world. I just want to let you know. No arguments there. We practiced every single week. And then we had games once a week. When you practice, you develop a discipline. Discipline, you break that up. Discipline, disciple, right? someone who is open to learning, open to knowledge, open to understanding. So when you think of discipline, you don't have to think of it in a way where it's rigid and you want to avoid it and you don't want to do it. Discipline is a space where you're learning. So when you're playing a sport, for example, you're in a space where you're learning, you're developing a discipline. Now, once you go out on the game, right, and into the game, right, and then there's surrender. You practice surrender. Surrender is letting go. So now you're not trying too hard. You're not thinking too hard. That's where that calm, relaxed nature is. That knowing that you can, in fact, be the best player you could be. So you step on the field and you have the combination of discipline and surrender. You're in flow. You're not thinking, you're flowing. You're not trying. Thought is there. I'm not going to say you're not thinking. Thought is there. But the difference is you're not trying. You are using thought. Thought isn't using you. There's no resistance. So what's happening is you're in flow with your body movements. You're in flow with your mind. Everything's aligned. Right? When you're speaking, right? Edward talked about talking from your soul and from your heart. The reason why I can come here now on Here Now live stream and flow is because of the many videos that I've created throughout these years. I started in 2019. And let me tell you, at first it was difficult. It takes a lot of courage to come online and post a video of yourself. You know how much shadow work it takes, So there's a discipline, and then there's a surrender. That surrender is a trust. It's a trust in yourself and in knowing that, hey, I could step up. I can allow what arises in the present moment to speak to me, to speak through me. Right, Edward? That's what happens. Something is happening. It's happening through you. It's a flow state. I am Shibi. Yes, guard your portals. Edward, beautifully put. Indeed. There's a song by the beautiful chorus that I told you all about. And the lyrics are, there's a song, I forgot the name of the song. I'm going to get it for y'all right now. But the lyrics are, sing through my voice, play through my hands, right? We're talking source there. We're talking universal intelligence, right? You're releasing, you're letting go. We all came to this planet and we have a unique talent, a unique interest in this world. This is why we need each other. We engage with the world in different ways. We like different things, each and every one of us. Right? What's that phrase? I forgot how it goes. Duplicated but never replicated? Replicated but never duplicated? I don't remember exactly. But what's being said is that no one can ever express themselves in the exact unique way that you do. No one can ever exactly be you. You are an expression of consciousness itself. An expression of consciousness itself. We talked about the Tao that cannot be named. Consciousness is one of those. We say that word and we connect to it. We're all on a different state of connecting to it. Great question, Edward. I really like that. Yes, love beautiful chorus, those hymns. I have another for y'all. My friends brought it up to me today. YSRA. Face Soul. I don't know if y'all have heard of Face Soul. I'm going to put that in the playlist. Here, y'all. The playlist, I'm going to share it with y'all between tomorrow and Saturday. I got it. I got it for y'all. Scotty, be yourself. Everyone is taken. You already know. Be yourself. Be your authentic self. You feel most aligned there. So comfortable. You might feel this. You might feel influenced to be like others, but you'll always feel most comfortable being yourself. It might seem more comforting to be like others, but you'll be most comfortable being yourself. Vina! What's up, Vina? Hi, everyone. Interesting topic for tonight. Yes, indeed. We're tapping back into it. We tapped into it, but we're diving deep into it. We're going back in. This topic, I have a video on this topic, and it's been very popular. There's been so many comments, and I'm like, okay, well, I noticed that everyone finds themselves releasing friendships, losing friends. It might feel like you're losing friends, but you're releasing. I already found the playlist. Do you have it, Sean? You know, I posted it on Instagram. I just haven't put it up. I gotta put it back. It's called A Shift in Consciousness. I'm putting it up, y'all. I feel like I'm teasing y'all with the playlist because I haven't put it up. But I've been adding more. There's how many songs in this? Oh, 12 likes. 2 more people liked it. I wonder if you found it, Sean. Oh my God. I think there's like 70 something songs. It's a fire playlist. I'm not gonna lie. Edward Smith. Do you feel a deep connection when you meet another person who looks through the same lens? Or is aware that there's even a lens to begin with? Oh my goodness. Hold on. I gotta take a sip of tea on that question. I'm one of those people. I'm glad you found it. Sean. Give it a listen. Alrighty. Do you feel a deep connection when you meet another person who looks through the same lens, right? Or is aware that there's even a lens to begin with? That lens, that question too, Edward, the last part, that was deep right there. Or is aware that there's even a lens to begin with. Now to connect and find a person who is even aware that there's a lens to begin with, that's a deep connection. So the answer to that is yes, I do. And this is a beautiful, another segue back into the topic, right? Meeting another person, right, you feel a connection with who looks through the same lens. This is what happens when we're awakening, right? As we awaken to new aspects of ourselves and of the world around us. We recognize what is actually distracting us and what it is that we need to stay focused. We recognize that our day-to-day is not just filled with waking up, going to work, coming back home, repeat. We recognize that there is a deeper aspect of reality. You can tap into anytime, anywhere. And so when you begin to awaken to that aspect of reality and those around you are not, what you start to feel is an inclination to meet others who look through the same lens as you. And we go each day we move about the world and we recognize, I don't relate to the people around me in the same way I once did. So you're setting out these intentions. Hey, I'd like to meet people who look through the same lens as me. I'd like to meet people who even recognize that there's a lens to look through. Right? And I'll break that down, that last aspect of what Edward shared, right? When we talk about having our own unique perspective of reality, we're looking through that lens. We're looking through our lens. Someone else is looking through their lens and another lens. But when we take out that lens, what is left? What is left when we remove the lens through which we're seeing and observing, I would say, through which we're engaging with the world? That's present moment awareness. That's the present moment. An aspect I can describe of the present moment is everything that's happening minus your thoughts and your feelings about it. When you step into the present moment, even if it's for a second, even if it's for a minute, right? This happens in space, meditation, just a conscious breath in, a conscious breath out. You're stepping out of the lens just for a second. Freedom away from the busy mind, the incessant thinking, the emotions, just freedom away from it just for a second. Tapped into the present moment. You get a nice little break. And then you can understand that, hey, I am playing in the world of form. You guys already know? You guys already know, playing in the world of form, okay? You take life less seriously. You take what others say less personally. You're heart-centered. You guys already know the 4 agreements. Nothing is personal. Nothing is personal. And when you live a life knowing that nothing is personal, you're untethered. You're untethered. Vina, oh, I love the way you sang my name. Vina. I don't even remember the way I said it. You're very welcome. So funny. I saw a post that said, some people aren't good for you and they aren't bad people. I'm going to repeat that again. Some people aren't good for you and they aren't bad people. That's something that within my own awakening experience, is what I experienced. And so often when we talk about navigating the end of friendships and embracing new beginnings, we feel a sense of guilt sometimes when letting go, having to let go of certain people. Because of just that. They're not bad people. They're just not for you. They're just not for you. And this goes into the awareness and understanding of how much you value your time, you value your energy, you value your attention. This is the importance of heart-centeredness, understanding, like I send you love, but right now, we don't have much in common. Right now, I don't find that you're feeding me. I don't find that I'm growing in your space. When you think about the term friendship, right? Been having a conversation around that and what that means. Often, people who are actually acquaintances, we call our friends. But friends, there's something deeper to that. There's a true exchange in that. There's growth, there's transformation in that. You're building. You're building something. You're growing, you're healing. We can dive deeper into that, defining it, understanding it. But I would ask y'all, like in the chat, Who are people in your lives that, hey, you may have called a friend, but is actually, when you sit back, you're like, actually, that's an acquaintance. Not really building much with them, not really growing much with them. They're just, maybe I hang out with them here or there, and they're entertaining. But maybe in that space, there's not actually a growth, a transformation. And maybe there's not a support within your life. We got to think about those things and truly honor ourselves. When we talk about self-compassion, we talk about self-love. We have to be honest with ourselves. And I know that hurts. It hurts. It's a part of the process. Sometimes we got to clean some things out. A little spring cleaning. Edward, you're very welcome. Thank you for your answers. You're very welcome. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. During your awakening, when there was an end to those the friendships, how did you handle it? How did you feel? What were your thoughts, feelings? Yeah, what was your experience? Now, specifically, I'm talking about friendships just because I find that's not spoken about as much. Relationships it's very common to speak about romantic relationships. By all means, if you would like to share your experience with a romantic relationship, go for it. But definitely, I'm interested in knowing, hey, how did y'all handle it? What were your feelings? Did you feel a release? Did you feel like, okay, now I have more space for growth, for healing, for understanding? Or did you feel it was a loss? Did you feel lonely? Did you feel it was so challenging to a point where there was a sense of, I would say loneliness, right? Let me know as I take the sip of tea. Vina. And sometimes we're that for other people. Their realizations of non-alignment and their release. Indeed. And vice versa. Sometimes we may not particularly be for other people. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. We move forward in our life. We stay in our frame. And we keep moving. This is what it means to embrace change with grace. You accept what arises in the present moment. And you trust that you will attract who is for you. That you will build a circle of people who are for you. And you send those who you've crossed paths with and who are no longer going along with you in your journey, you send them love. But first and foremost, we must take care of ourselves. You're not taking care of yourselves, you can't take care of the people around you. You're not a friend to yourself. You can't be a friend to others. As within, so without. Your inner world is a mirror of your outer world. Take care of you. Take care of you. Edward. I had a spiritual awakening during a romantic relationship that was unhealthy. I tried to wake them up, for a lack of better term, but I realized it wasn't fair and they weren't ready. I was not accepting of them and realized for both of us that that relationship couldn't continue. Edward, that's such a great point. That is such a great point, right? Just like you say, for lack of better words, wake up. There are people around us who are not ready. This is like in an extreme example, right? For many of y'all, we know that there's other dimensions within this dimension. We just can't see it. So where we are, there's spirits walking around. There's mad spirits walking around. Okay? We don't see them for a reason. If you're not someone who has that psychic ability to see them, you don't need to see the spirits. And when you start to see things prematurely, it's not helpful for your growth, right? That's just an extreme aspect. So when you find yourself on your awakening process, and those around you, you're speaking, and they may not fully catch on, they may not fully hear. In that space, it's a matter of, hey, I'm probably not for you at the moment. Because what I'm speaking about, it might trigger something within you, right? Even we can bring it down and talk about pain and seeing ourselves and seeing our shadows. You can have a group of friends that are healing together and growing together, right? And someone in that group isn't ready to see their own pain yet. It's too much. It's too much to handle. If they see it, it might repeat a sense of trauma. That person isn't ready. So that group, even though that group has the greatest intention, even though in that group it's nothing but love, that shadow within that person is just not ready, right? It's just an aspect of the ego. Nothing personal. It's an aspect of the ego, right? The aspect of the self, of the mind, that thinks it's separate. Not ready to be seen. Not ready to dissolve. Ego's too strong. And in that sense, we must trust the journey of those around us. Those people who you quote unquote can't wake up, trust their journey. Trust their journey as you trust your own journey. Know that they will heal in divine timing, just as you healed in divine timing. Even with what I'm doing now, who knows, 2018 was my big awakening. Who knows what happened, what would have happened if I was introduced before it, if someone tried to quote unquote wake me up before, Everything happens in divine timing. So honor the journey of others just as you honor your own, and trust that. When you trust someone else's journey, you're trusting the universe. You're flowing with the universe. You talk about flowing with the universe. Trust their flow. Trust that flow. Indeed. Vina, I notice that if my body doesn't open and feel safe around people, then correspondingly, conversation doesn't naturally flow. That's how I know we're just acquaintances. Wow, I really like that. With true friendship, I feel like we can share difficult conversations and still feel good in their field. That's one thing that having that connection to emotion body awareness, not being so caught up in the mind, but also honoring both logic and that intuitive aspect of the self. And so when you're around others and you're present enough, you can actually be aware of, whoa, there's an aspect of my body that is not open to this person. That's your intuition, your inner voice, whatever you might call it. That's your intuition saying, hey, this is not the space to open up. This person, you just don't feel safe, you know? And often, I know with myself, I've been learning to honor that, because there's a part of me that I felt like I was judging that person. I felt like because I wasn't opening up to them or something, I'd be like, oh, am I judging them? Because I saw that there was everyone else around me was treating them in a certain light, or, you know, but I noticed something different and I didn't honor that. And it's learning throughout the process, like, hey, let me tell you, your intuition is always speaking to you. It's always speaking to you. It might happen through a thought. It might happen through a bodily reaction, but it's always speaking to you. And it's a matter of being present, inviting in space, and asking yourself, do I feel safe in this person's presence? Is this conversation flowing naturally? Are we relating? Do we feel? This is one of those things where, you know, there's this joke about introverts, right? It's just a label, but introverts, right? Introverts don't like small talk. It's like, we just want to get deep. You know, yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you're a feeler, man. You're feeling and you're recognizing, like, hey, do I feel comfortable talking about this topic with this person? Will it be received? That's huge. You know, one aspect about losing friends or not being, you know, releasing friends is feeling nervous about being disapproval from others, yo. That's one thing that stopped me from being my authentic self. That's one thing that stopped me from listening to my intuition. Way too concerned with disapproval from others. So that's my personal journey, and I know there's many who can relate. Hey, y'all, that's all a part of the process. Embrace it, all right? That's what I learned. Embrace it. And it feels good to step out of that. Step out of that when you're aware enough and when you see enough. Vina, amen. Trust everyone's timing. Ultimately, people have to do their own work. We got so much on our plates already. Others' karmas are theirs to clear. There we go. Right? There we go. And I think what's beautiful too is everyone around you can be an inspiration somehow, somewhere. Everyone's a teacher. Everyone and everything is a teacher. It doesn't have to be formal. The people you didn't have the best relationship with is your teacher. Yo, a tree could be your teacher. My cat is my teacher. Okay? Everything around you is teaching you something, and often we can learn from others. You know? We can see like, oh, okay, you know, here's what sparked to mind is like, when you, how do I say this? What is within you? You know, what's that quote by Eckhart? It's something along the lines of what you feel, this intense like emotion, what triggers you within someone, from someone else is also within you. Right? So we can learn from others. We can learn from those triggers. I release. Okay. Eddie, what's up, Eddie? Good to see ya in the chat. Oh my gosh. 1 second, y'all. Just caught me. Bro. Today's been a day. Gosh. Freaking bubble. I'm gonna just let it be. Y'all saw my snot bubble. All right. Let's keep it moving. Listen, y'all. It took me a lot of work to be here on this live and not feel embarrassed for snot bubbles and coughs and sneezes. It's very freeing, though. It's very freeing. All right. Hold on. Was there some catalyst that helped you awaken to this? Yes, there was. Let me tell y'all. In college, thank you, Adrian. Bless you. Thank you, Adrian. In college, I was friends with people who would question a lot of religion and dogma, right? So at the time, I acknowledged myself as Christian. And so they would question it a lot. And I would hear it and I'd be like, you're making great points. And so there was a year in college where I considered myself to be, for a lack of better words, I didn't believe in anything. So you can call it atheism or whatever. I just didn't believe in anything. And it was within that year of not believing anything. It was nothing but space that something sparked in me. So something was on. I was watching Oprah's Super Soul Sunday, right? Super Soul Sunday. I was watching it. And Shafali Tasbury, she's an author. Say hello, Queen. She's an author. It was a parenting book. And she talked about fear. Fear. And she acknowledged how, as parents will often project their fears onto their kids. Your children are a mirror of you. So if your kids are acting out in some form or some way, they're adopting your habits. They're mirrors of you. And she talked about how your children will adopt your fears. So it was there that I began to have that spark, and it was the beginning of the journey for me to be introspective and think about my growing up and how I adopted the fears of my mother and how I could release that and let that go and no longer identify with that. So to answer that question, that is what was the catalyst for it. And after that, it was just more and more. But that was the first moment. That was the catalyst for seeing fully and truly. Eddie, that's what I've learned, to let go of what others think about you. There we go. There we go, yo. Y'all saw my snot bubble on here. Now live stream, you gotta let it go. Yeah, you're free that way, man. And when you let go of what others think of you, you express yourself authentically. And you begin to inspire those around you simply because you chose to be who you are. Because you're not another copy of other people. You're not following a trend. You're introspective, not acknowledging your truest feelings, the thoughts that align with you, and expressing yourself that's in alignment with that. And your unique self expresses itself. And those around you feel inspired by that. Not even just on the outside, but also feeling your energy. So when you're expressing yourself authentically, there's a freedom in that. And there's an energy of that, right? Thoughts and emotions, they're all energies, you know? So you exude that. Your energy emanates. Be yourself, y'all. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Adrian, I learned somewhere that things happen for you and not to you. When you adopt that perspective in any situation that arises, every situation is an opportunity for the evolution of your consciousness. You're going to grow. You're going to transform. Y'all remember the story of the dandelion that grew in the crack? That dandelion didn't say, oh no, there's not enough water here. There's not enough soil here. There's not enough this or that. The dandelion said, I can use this sun, this moisture, this space to root myself. Boom, I can grow. Everything is happening for us. It's happening for your growth, for you to develop an aspect of yourself that you need. Let's say you want to manifest something. In order for that to be materialized, in order for that to be realized, there's certain aspects of you that must express themselves. There's certain aspects of you that you must see, heal, and allow to be there fully. Your inner child, whatever it might be. It's happening for you. Edward, it feels like to be truly free and to see life as it is, as it truly is to just accept everything and everyone as they are in the present moment. Not necessarily like it, but simply not trying to change it. I felt that, right? Let them be who they are, right? I'm going to say that again. Edward dropping gems in the chat. It feels like to be truly free and to see life as it truly is to just accept everything and everyone as they are in the present moment. Here Now live streams, we talk about expanding present moment awareness. And one aspect of that is allowing those around you to be exactly who they are. When we talk about forgiveness, okay? My perception of forgiveness is I forgive someone because I released my expectations of who I thought they should be. And I accept them for who they are. Whether it's a parent you must forgive, a friend, a significant other, a colleague, whoever's in your life, forgiveness is truly for you. You feel that sense of hurt because there was an expectation that you had and it wasn't followed through by the other person, right? A big aspect of forgiveness is relinquishing that expectation, acknowledging who they are fully. Obviously, you have conversations with those around you. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have conversations. You're not going to communicate and talk about your needs. But a big aspect of setting yourself free, a big aspect of remaining heart-centered is relinquishing your expectations of others. And in that moment, it allows you to have a heart-centered conversation, a conversation that does not involve reacting. A conversation that involves listening, heart-centered listening, El Chico, true friendships doesn't have to always feel comfortable. True friendships encourages you to step out of your comfort zone and willing to negotiate that in that new space, holding space to see your triggers. Gems in the chat, gems in the chat. True friendship, you know what? Let me tell you, true friendship, there should be some moments of discomfort. There should be. Your friendship should challenge you. Your friends around you should, for the lack of the better words, call out or share with you some aspects of you that can be shifted, that can be changed in a loving and supportive light, of course. And so when you're open to those moments of discomfort, it means you're open to growth. Not only are you open to self-growth, self-discovery, self-transformation, but you're open to growing with someone else. An aspect of friendship is growing with another. You're growing with someone else, and growth hurts. Talk about growing pains. And there's moments when it hurts. And what is that pain, you might ask? What is it that's actually hurting? Right? Here's this quote. When the ego weeps for what it has lost, spirit rejoices for what it has found. When the ego weeps for what it has lost, spirit rejoices for what it has found. What's hurting in those moments is just an aspect of the ego. The aspect of fear, needing to hold on to a certain identity for protection, for this false sense of protection, right? So in those moments when we feel that, we're releasing and we're letting go. And when we dissolve that aspect of the ego, that aspect of unconsciousness, what arises is spirit, your spirit, or spirit itself, whatever it might be, both, either or. It's arising. Spirit is arising. And you have that sense of freedom, right? Nothing to prove, no identity to protect, no need to be special, no need to stand out, right? Having to prove something, having an identity to protect, feeling the need to be special, feeling the need to stand out is all an aspect of the ego. And it often interferes with your truest expression. When you release all of that, you can express yourself freely. And there's nothing to hold on to. There's nothing to grip onto, right? So you know in a good friendship that you are being challenged. You are being encouraged to step out of your comfort zone. And you know in that true friendship that in that communication, right, you can negotiate new ways of being, of acting, of engaging in that space. And ultimately, in that space, you're growing together, right? True friendship, El Chica, right, holds space to see your triggers. That's heart-centered right there. That's saying, I acknowledge and I see your pain, and I'm not going to take it personally. In fact, I'm going to hold the space for you so you can see it. And in a very loving way, I'm going to support you. I'm going to remain heart-centered and support you. That's a powerful friendship. How do you attract that? If you feel like, hey, that's not something that is in my life right now. Half of you, most of you already know. You give it to yourself first. Hold space for your triggers. Encourage yourself to step out of a comfort zone. Observe the mind. Be in awareness of conditioned patterns. I remember in the beginning of my own awakening, recognizing when frustration arises within me, what to do with that, right? Not to shame myself, but to feel it. Feel that energy. Emotions are energy in motion. So ultimately, feeling that energy move through me without reacting to it. That was me learning how to improve my relationship with reactivity. Learning how to improve my relationship with myself. So I learned how to catch these aspects of myself first. It's easy to do it in others, right? It's easy to say, hey, that person's doing this wrong, that person's doing this wrong. It's another thing to look at yourself and say, what's in that other person is also in me. Often, a lot of the times, what we're pointing out all the time and others constantly pointing out, it's also within you in some form or fashion. It's also within you. And you'll notice that. And when you recognize that, it's very humbling. When I say humbling, it's grounding. It makes space for you to recognize reality. No longer living in an illusion of who you'd like to be, this identity that you're attached to, but fully seeing yourself as you are so you can heal accordingly. We're all here in some form or some manner. We're here to heal. We're all dealing with the same thing in many ways, and that's the aspect of the ego. And it's dissolving. That's a big aspect of spiritual awakening. The dissolving of that aspect of the ego, recognition that we are not separate. We are a part of the whole. In the present moment, the ego does not exist. Fear does not exist. It cannot. It cannot. Adrian, and you'll be less angry. It shows you what triggers that need to be healed. There you go, right? You said, I learned somewhere that things happen for you, not to you. There you go, right? You'll be less angry. Anger, man, anger. Anger is fear. Frustration is fear. All of it is a form of fear and emotion. And so the more the aspect of recognizing that life is happening for you is an aspect of aligning with the present moment. So when you align with the present moment, right, fear does not exist. Therefore, anger does not exist. Bada bing, bada boom, bing, bing, bing. I got my little kitty cat in my lap. I love the purrs of kitties. It's very healing. It's like purrs not only heal the cat, but it heals you too. Edward Smith. Where do you think soulmates fall in line with spiritual awakening? Is that something you believe exists or just a creation of the ego? That's interesting. Great question. Soulmates. I guess first we would have to define soulmate in some way. This is how I see it. This is my idea of where I'm at right now, right? There's many people we're meant to cross paths with. Some may say, right? There's a book that I read. It's called something along the lines of who you were, your soul's purpose, who you were before you were born, right? And this is something I would like to say. I read it It's not anything in my personal experience that I have experienced, that I have like a personal remembrance of. It's someone else's experience in channeling, channeling and working with psychics and tapping into aspects of reality where they were speaking to the spirit guides of people they were interviewing. And they were talking about what this person shared. I think his name is Robert Schwartz in this book. This person shared, I'll get the name for it for y'all. What this person shared is about, we ultimately choose in this lifetime who our soulmates are, who we're going to marry, what school we go to, who our parents are, who our friends are, who our soulmates are, right? And I thought that was so interesting. Like, once again, like I said, I'm sharing this with y'all from something that I read, but also something that, I hear many people speak about. And often, sometimes, whether or not that's true or not, right? I'm not super focused on that, but whether or not that's true, it's nice to sit back and say, I am going to approach this situation as if I chose it myself. You meet someone, if you look at them and you say, there's an aspect of me that chose to meet this person, that said, in this lifetime, I needed to meet this person so that I can learn A, B, and C. Whether they stay in my life long term, whether they're in our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, when you're around others and you say, I was meant to meet this person. There's an aspect of me that planned to meet this person, right? There's an aspect of that allows us to align with the present moment and say, whatever this person is teaching me, it's happening for me. Not against me, but for me. So, on that question, hold on. Let's look up. Let's break it down, because I don't know exactly. I'll definitely say when it comes to aspects of that, I will say, like, within my reality, I do use the term soulmates. I think so many of the people that were in my path, I felt a connection where, wow, you were definitely a soulmate of mine. And but they may no longer be in my life, right? Soulmates don't have to be in your life all the time. But yeah, I don't fully, I would say, attach to those terms. But I do find that people that I cross paths with, I'm meant to cross paths with, right? So is this something you believe exists or just a creation of the ego? Creation of the ego. Honestly, I don't know. It's a good question. Let me see. I'm gonna look up the word soulmate, and let's see. Let's roll from there. We're gonna do this together. I'm gonna say spiritual meaning. Soulmate, spiritual meaning. So in reality, this is just something I got, right? In reality, a soulmate is someone who belongs to the same soul group or has been a part of your spiritual journey or your lifetime journey from all the lifetimes you have lived in. In this lifetime, they have just come to be around you, watch over you in human form. I think that aspects of this as a soulmate, it actually can be used in the form where the ego can use it in an egoic light. Like some may speak about, we'll talk about spiritual ego, right? Spiritual ego can manifest in the form of, I'm awake and they're not awake, therefore I'm better. My spiritual practice is better than your spiritual practice. And how can this manifest within soulmate? I think when there's attachment, when you have an attachment to somebody and you're like, oh, This person's my soulmate. They need to be in my life. They're meant to be. This person's my soulmate, my twin flame. I need to marry them. I have to marry them. Without truly being present in that moment and relinquishing attachment and recognizing and saying, hey, maybe they're only meant to be in my life for a season. And I think that's where the ego can get in the way of the aspect of a soulmate. Because there is an attachment, there is an expectation, there is, attachment and expectation to the people that come along due to a label. This is why it's so important to be aware of how you use labels. Because I find that labels are helpful. They can be incredibly helpful. And at the same time, labels can cause a sense of attachment where it does become detrimental to your healing journey. So for example, I find that when we are healing our relationship with emotions, I think it's important to begin to label those emotions. Label what you're feeling. Because when you can label it, you can understand it. And when you can understand it, you can align with it rather than resist it. And you can recognize when to let go of it, no longer attached to it. That's where I think, hey, labels are important. They are. But on the other side, when you're identifying with something, right, too strongly, and we see this a lot within the collective, a lot within trends, a lot within what goes on in the media, you identify very strongly with something. You create so much boundary. It creates a very hardened ego where it's difficult to feel a sense of compassion. It's difficult you begin to hold on to belief too much because the label becomes your identity and you forget that you're beyond it. So that's when it gets in the way, right? It's never the actual thing itself. It's your relationship with the label, if that makes sense, right? It's always your relationship with that thing, with that label, right? I mentioned in the beginning, right? This is what I say this often. I did a little tweet, posted it on Instagram, and a couple people, it was the ego that got triggered, and I understand and I hold compassion for it. But for me, this is empowering, and I say like, yo, you don't have anxiety. You're feeling feelings of anxiety. You don't have depression. You're feeling feelings of depression. You are beyond it. What happens is the mind will say, anxiety is a trait of mine. It's a part of my personality. Now there is an attachment to that label. How will you heal from that if you feel like it's a part of your identity? You're never going to let go of it. It's always going to be a part of your life, and you won't be able to see a life without it because you feel like it's a part of your identity. Rather than saying, I'm feeling this. Now I can shift my relationship with it. In fact, I can have a state of gratitude for it and be like, thank you for letting me know that this is how I'm feeling right now. Thank you for making me aware of my perspective. Thank you for making me aware. You see these like, what? Thanking my anxiety? What? Who does that? It's not a matter of romanticizing it. It's a matter of, hey, there's purpose to it. There's purpose. And if we can see it and develop a better relationship with it, we know what to do when it arises, and we'll actually experience it less often. We experience it less often. We know what to do when it arises. That's healing, baby. That's healing, baby. So yeah. Great questions, y'all. Well put. Thank you for touching on labels. Indeed, Vina. That's one thing where, especially when I talk about the concept of going beyond the busy mind and acknowledging labels or acknowledging our emotions. I'm reading a book right now, y'all. Another great book. I don't know if you guys have heard of Brene Brown. I got to add it. I think I already added it to my book list. Check it out. Link in the description. Just letting y'all know, the book list that I'm talking about are all of the books that I read on my awakening journey that inspired me and continue to inspire me. I update it often. And when you purchase a book using that link, you're also supporting me and supporting this channel, as I get a small percentage of that. So definitely check out those books. And the book that I'm currently reading, listening to the audiobook, it's by Brene Brown. It's not spiritual. It's not a spiritually based book. She does a lot of research on emotions, on vulnerability. Her work was a part of my introspective process. And the book that I'm talking about is a new book, just came out this year. It's called Atlas of the Heart: Mapping Meaningful Connection and the Language of Human Experience. And what she does is she goes through all the emotions that we experience. She breaks down their meanings, and she shows us how we experience them in the world. And I think it's so valuable to allowing emotions to arise, allowing us to tap in and awaken our intuition, so it's great. So here's a book recommendation when it comes to tapping into your emotions and labels, particularly with labels. Eddie, healed up, and now you're stronger and more wiser. You know what healing is? The term healing, right? We're ultimately healing from the idea of separation. When you heal, you're recognizing that once again, you are not separate. I learned this from a book, A Course in Miracles. It's a nice chunky book, huge book. The author of that book channeled what I believe they channeled Jesus. And there's some practices in that book. It's pretty powerful, and it helped me understand what healing is. When we are yearning for love outside of ourselves, we're actually yearning for a remembrance of source. We're actually yearning for our oneness. And it feels like we need it from outside, because what's outside, it gives it to us, right? From people, from things, right? It feels like that. This is how addiction is created, right? In many ways, one aspect of it. But when we're healing, right? We're healing from forgetting that, we are not separate. We feel separate. So it feels scary. That's what happens with the ego. The more ego you have, you're reactive. You're I got to protect myself. Me. Blah, blah, blah. Everything belongs to me. And then the more we heal, we begin to let go. Those boundaries begin to soften. We know we're not alone. We're not alone, y'all. We're not alone. That's why we're here in this space. Here now, live stream. Here now, live stream number 22, going strong. Yes. Vina, we're healing from the idea of separation, y'all. We are one. And I say this not as a way to suppress your emotions when you feel something, right? When you feel like, okay, you're around others and you feel like, hey, I don't want to be in their energy field. I'm not saying we're one. It's okay, go in their energy field. I'm not talking about that dysfunctional aspect of love and light, right? What I'm saying here is like, we're one and we're all dealing with some aspect of ego or some aspect of separation. That's why there's a need to heal. And so you acknowledge that within that person, they're dealing with it too, on whatever level, whatever state of consciousness they are, wherever they are in their journey. For me, that's that sense of remembering the oneness. That's compassion. That is the light in me sees the light in you. I'm not going to see your ego in this moment. I'm going to say, I see your light. I know that's not truly you. I know that's fear speaking. So I'm going to honor your journey and let you heal. Maybe it's going to be without my presence. I'm not going to be there. But I'm giving you blessings. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you peace. And I'm sending you continued presence on your journey because I acknowledge that you're healing too. That is oneness. That's one love. That's heart-centered. And when you live in that state, you're not reactive. No one can get to you. You can't. Even thoughts that go through your mental field, they're not getting to you either. Because it's a practice of self-compassion, of being compassionate. It's powerful. Powerful. Eddie, one love. Right? Less ego, more higher self, right? Your higher self. We talked about that too, the higher self. Higher self is, you can call it the best version of yourself, right? We talked about that. Some feel like, oh, Queen Maya, I'm losing circulation in my leg from my cat. Yeah, your higher self. You are your higher self. That's you. Sometimes you're like, oh, I got to tap into my higher self. All right, tapping to your higher self is tapping into you. In this very moment right now, okay? In this very moment right now, you can tap into that best version of yourself just by bringing in space. What would the best version of myself do in this moment? Right? Go live on Instagram. I will, Adrian. Actually, I'm planning on doing that next week. I got you. And I'll let you guys know. I'll go live. I'm going live next week. I'm going to finish off here now. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. I'm going to go live next week. And I'll have a chatty chat with y'all. We will, something a little new. And TikTok. Y'all want me on every platform, huh? TikTok too. TikTok, Instagram, and TikTok. It's funny, I've done TikTok a couple lives, but IG, I've only done lives like as collaborations, but not not like, hey, I'm gonna hop on, but yeah, for sure. I got you guys. Insta I've been thinking about. I'll hop into TikTok soon. El Chico. Cecilia Kakilia, hello. Good to see you back in the chat. How are you feeling? Adrian, you don't use TikTok? No worries. I'm going to I've been thinking about my live schedule and what I can do to expand it. I really love Here Now, so I'm going to keep Here Now live stream. It's going to be exclusively on YouTube, but I will definitely go live on IG. And what I'll do is I'll specifically have IG for chatting with y'all, bringing you on and just chatting. You know? Eddie, Morcie, do you work out? Do I work out? No, look at my muscles. Kidding. I do hot yoga. I am a yogi, y'all. I love yoga. One second. I do hot yoga faithfully every week. And along with hot yoga, I'll do like high intensity workouts and hot Pilates. So those are my Chico week. Yo, I'm actually like, man, why did I just flex? There you go. There you go. There's my muscle. There's my muscle. Yo, I appreciate y'all, Eddie and Adrian. I appreciate y'all. El Chico's just kidding. We have that relationship. Yeah, for sure though. For me, working out is essential because it is an outlet for energy. For me and just for anybody, it's another outlet for your energy to flow, especially with yoga. You know, a big aspect of it, and it's not like when you work out, you don't meditate and follow your breath, but the intention of that is for you to meditate and follow your breath, while simultaneously being graceful as you're holding painful ass poses. All right? Those poses are painful. But at the same time, when you are in a meditative state and you are doing breath work, you look very graceful. It might look easy to an outsider until you do it. And so yeah, and it's very helpful with me. I have a very active mind. As y'all could see, I can come on here and talk for an hour and 42 minutes and have a lot of things to share. My mind tends to be quite active, and it's another way for when I'm feeling restless to release that. So yeah, I actually went today. I went to, I don't know if any of y'all have heard of Bikram. It's a form of yoga, and it's a 90-minute class. Bikram doesn't have to be in a hot room, but just specifically where I go, it's been in a hot room, and it's basically a sauna, but it's hot yoga, and it's 26 poses, and you do these 26 poses 2 times, and you always do it. Now, a classic Bikram, there's no music, and the instructor is not doing it with you. So, you know, if you go to, like, let's say a yoga class, you might see the instructor showing you the poses with you. But in Bikram, the instructor you're listening. There's no music, and you're listening to the instructor, and you're doing the same poses every time. And it's a spine. It strengthens your spine. Full body. Your entire body is stretched. Like, you will recognize that there's parts of your body that can be stretched that you didn't know could be stretched. And it's wonderful. We've got people of all ages in that class, like all ages, and it's crazy. Today I was walking around, I was like, my legs are sore. So yeah, that's my form of workout. Before that, like I shared, I play soccer. I've always been an athlete growing up, so I've always liked sports, even when I was younger. So before that was soccer. I'll play soccer. I played flag football in high school for 1 season. It was cool. Yeah. For sure. Adrian, you too? Do you do yoga too? Eddie, you're lit, Morcie. That's what's up. Much love. Much love. I'm thinking next week, Monday. All right. Next week, Monday, I'll hop on IG. Because I'm on here Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. So Monday, I'll hop on IG 6:45. Wait. I don't know if I can Monday. Yo, I'll figure it out, y'all. Maybe Wednesday. I will make a post and share it. Ah, okay, there you go. You have an active mind, indeed. Especially if, you're here on Here Now live streams and you find that maybe you came here from the Observe Your Thoughts video. A lot of us have active minds, and it's truly a gift. It's just understanding how to work with it instead of it like working against it, like trying to like, like here's a thought, oh god, I need to resist, like I gotta I gotta control the thought rather than just like letting it arise and flow. Ooh, I think I just saw some geometric patterns. Ooh. Sound bowls are like incredible. I'm so grateful for this sound bowl. It's been so healing for myself and sharing it with others. And I feel like it's now a new hobby of mine because I've been using it on the my guided meditations, and that's been really nice to add that aspect of it. For sure. Yes, I was like that. Okay, my cat's here. Yeah. I'll tell you this. Your sensitivities are a gift. Your active mind is a gift. All these aspects of us that we feel, we feel like we're struggling with, they're all our gifts. They're all our talents. We just haven't fully learned how to harness that energy and use it. And so that's why we're here. That's why we're healing. That's why we're learning how to play in the world of form. Gratitude time. Gratitude time. Let me know in the chat, what are y'all feeling grateful for today? I'm going to choose an incense. Jalen Marhong, welcome to Here Now live streams. What is your background? My background, both of my parents are African American. That is my background. I get asked that question a lot. I understand, y'all. Let me blow my nose. I'm back. I don't know if that ever turned on or off. I used to hey, look, Here Now live stream exclusive. I used to not like being asked that question. I used to. I'm accepting of it now. I used to not, because every time I shared it, it was denied. You ever say something and then like you answer it and then someone's like, no, you're not. And I'm just like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to say. So that was a journey for me. Gratitude time. Gratitude time. Gratitude time. It's gratitude time. Gratitude time. Queenie, it's gratitude time. It's gratitude time. Look, Queenie is excited for gratitude time. All right, Adrian, grateful for having a lot of time. What time, man? Heck yeah. Hell yeah. We got all the time in the world. Hey, listen, on another level, hey, time doesn't exist. We got all the time in the world. sometimes when we get caught up in how would I say this? We get caught up in the illusion of the matrix, or the illusion of feeling this need to constantly be productive. We might feel like we don't have a lot of time. There's a lot of time throughout the day. There's a lot of time we can spend on ourselves. We don't necessarily need to be, in certain modes that are more, I would say, quote unquote, a productive mode that is more recognized as productive, because naps are productive. I just want to let y'all know. But definitely grateful for a lot of time. Grateful for being able to be grateful. There we go, Eddie. There we go. Those times when we might be in places where we're so trapped in incessant thinking, so trapped in limited narratives, that there's no space for gratitude to arise. Grateful for being grateful, because that's a huge step. Huge. Vina. Grateful your mic has a mute button. What? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, you guys can hear me. Yeah, I'm grateful it has a mute button too. Thanks, Adrian. So I can blow my nose in silence. Oh my God. Sometimes I'm like, is this mic on? Grateful for semen retention. There you go, Adrian. I've had lots of conversations around that. Since being a woman, I wouldn't fully know. But I've had conversations about that very transcendental journey, and gratitude for that. Edward Smith. I'm grateful just to be here and experience whatever life is. It'll all be over in a blink of an eye. Listen. The greatest gift is to be here now. The greatest gift is life itself. Be here to be alive. We're alive and we're here. All right. Our super, how do I say this? This is by Thich Nhat Hanh, one of my favorite spiritual teachers. He says, I forgot how exactly it goes, but in a nutshell, he says, how did he say it? Something about the greatest gift is not to walk on water, but it's to walk on earth. It's to walk on earth. Being here now, being superhuman is just being human. Like being human itself. This is a gift. Being here now. That's it. Vina, I'm grateful for a warm home. Yes, especially out there in Chicago. I'm sending you lots of warmth. You and Alana. Warmth your way. Love warmth. Other warmths. Adrian, grateful for my intuition. Oh my gosh, thank you. One of my intentions for today was to honor my emotions and listen to my intuitive calling. Your intuition is leading you exactly where we need to go. We talk about inclination, right? Inclinations, there we go. Vina used the word, right? Grateful that I listen better to my inclinations, right? I share with y'all all the time. We can manifest in different ways. Some of us may manifest through this feeling of lack, right? This feeling of, I don't have this. I need to manifest this. You might be in survival mode. I need to manifest this. I'm scared. I'm fearful. I need to manifest this. Sure, you can. Will the journey be fulfilling? Probably not. But when you're following an inclination, you're being moved by life force energy. You're being moved by something beyond yourself. We talked about the flow state too. When you're following an inclination, it's not a desire. For me, when I talk about desire, I recognize desire, there's a feeling of lack, an emptiness there. I want to manifest this because I don't have it. There's an emptiness. There's this idea, there's this underlying idea that another moment has more value than this. This is why there is desire. I desire that because that future idea is greater than this moment. That leads to an illusion. We end up overlooking life itself. Life is now. It's now. Here now live streams. Life is now. So we follow what we're inclined to do. And when there's an inclination, if ever you guys have just a memory of you being fully in tune with your intuition, you recognize that as you're flowing, you're not really desiring anything. There's not this desire. There's not really even a want. It's just this, I'm going to do this because I feel inclined to do it, because it resonates, because it feels right. That's how you know you're tapping into that intuition. Tapping in, tapping in, tapping in. Adrienne, I'm already in a month of semen retention and it feels good. Congratulations, Adrienne. Much love to you on your journey of empowering yourself, of learning more about yourself. Much love, much love. Adrienne, groundedness. Be grateful for you, cat. You already know I'm grateful for my little baby kitty. What do you mean? I'm definitely grateful for Queen. That's my chakra. That's my she's my little stone too. I definitely feel like the pets that come into our lives, there are maybe even our spirit guides. You know, when you have an animal, anybody here who has a pet, your pets allow you, they bring you into the present moment. There will be times when I'm doing things and I recognize, I start to feel a sense of anxiety flow through me, nervousness, frustration. And then lo and behold, here comes little Queenie Bean coming right in front of me. And in that moment, it's like, all right, let me step into the present moment. Let me step into the isness of the moment. I'm going to step out of this mind really quick. I'm going to step out of what is causing this incessant suffering. And I'm just going to pet my cat. I'm going to be here. I'm going to bring awareness to her healing purrs, right? It's just so important. Like, having a pet is a beautiful way to expand your present moment awareness. Edward, thank you for the stream. Much love, Edward. Yes, indeed. Much gratitude for the stream. Much gratitude for the space. I feel grateful for facilitating the space of healing. And all of you on here on this chat. So everyone here, we are mirrors of each other. You a mirror of me, I a mirror of you. I feel grateful that I have attracted such wise beings, such loving beings, such funny beings into this space. And it's very telling, you know? So I'm grateful. I've learned so much. Yo, grateful for that guinea pigs can purr. Yeah. It's so cute. I love it. By the way, Adrienne, you told me about the pyramid. I forgot the name of it. I ended up getting one. Let me get the name. Because it has moonstone. So this is Organite pyramid right here, and just like any stone, so there's stones inside of it right here, stones. These are moonstones, so it's embedded with rainbow moonstone, which encourages hope, sensitivity, intuition, and psychic abilities. And then there's copper dust right here, this pyramids for meditation can facilitate a smooth transition into deeper meditative states. It helps bring loving and blissful energies from beyond into your body to promote emotional well-being. is ideal to boost your creativity, enhance your vision when it comes to fulfilling your goals. Embedded with rainbow moonstone, which encourages, I said that I'm reading it off. So when I go and I meditate by the tree, I take this bad boy with me. When I go, I have something I coined inspiration station. So whenever I'm editing, working on something, building something that has to do with everything that's surrounded with what I would say career, I got this bad boy. Yeah, I got it from Amazon. Yeah, you have this one? Yep, I got this one from Amazon. You know, I've been very learning to read the reviews and, you know, ensure that these are actually real, you know. I was reading comments and things like that. Someone mentioned aspects of it that, you know, they wanted to return it, but they said the energy in it is so powerful. And this is just my first one. So, you know, I'm sure there'll be others, but it's beautiful. It captures my eye. You know, I'm still on the journey of recognizing how crystals and stones, how they influence me. And I think they're lovely. So I really love this one. I was thinking of returning it, but I couldn't. Why were you thinking of returning it? I think this is cool. It's beautiful. It captures my eye. So we'll see. We'll see. Alrighty. Let's do this one. Palo Santo. Plant-based incense. Check it out. Check out your plant-based incense. Link down below. I'm an affiliate partner. When you purchase that, you support this channel. Alrighty. Boom. We're going to use Palo Santo today. That's the scent we're going to use. Let me see the bottom of the pyramid. It's the bottom. It's crazy looking at it. Oh, you thought it was fake? Yeah, that's why I was reading the reviews. There were some people, I appreciate reviews. There's people who call out stuff. I'll tell you for sure. Someone was saying that this copper wire isn't actually copper. It's something that was like painted. But like everything else is probably is legitimate. They were saying that this wasn't copper, but the energy that they felt from it, right? So that's what I appreciate when people are like, you know, like impartial. Okay, Bubba. And they're like, yo, this isn't real, but it's powerful, you know? And it's like, hey, this is my first one. I'm not going to say I know everything, but I'm just going to try it out and see what it's like. So far, I've been enjoying it. At the very least, even if it's a placebo, okay? Let's say it's a placebo. At the very least, having this in my presence is a reminder to be present in some form or some way. So maybe I'll get one that's not from Amazon. And it'll come to me maybe in a crystal shop, maybe as a gift. Maybe someone made it themselves. That would be cool to make one. I need it. My cat is asking. Only a little snack. Only like 2, Bubba. 2. Blue stuff on the rocks? What's the blue stuff? Does that mean it's not real? If there's blue stuff? I see like a holla. I don't see like blue stuff, but I do see like I want to call it holographic or something. Not a holo. I don't know if it's blue though. It's like a reflection, a reflective aspect of it. I'm going to do some research on this. I'm going to do some research. Ultimately, it looks cool, okay? At the very least, aesthetics. But I'm going to do some research. We'll find out. Okay. Lighters up. If anyone has incense and you would like to do this with me, feel free. We talk about honoring the small moments in life. And when you honor the small moments, it allows you to break free of negative thinking, because what you're doing is you're stepping more and more into the present moment. Gratitude is one of the most joyful ways of stepping into the present moment. Recognizing and giving awareness to all that already exists. What you give your energy to, what you give your awareness to, you give more energy, and it expands in your life. It expands. So when you see everything, all the little things that we named here, right? Are they really little? I don't think so. We call them the small things because the mind has created this idea of big things as like these big accomplishments and like receiving these big things. But like the small things are actually everything, right? Gratitude reminds us that no moment has more value than another moment. Because this moment is everything. This moment is now. Gratitude is another form of being heart-centered. So when we talk about practices for becoming aware of our conditioned patterns, I like to say pair being an observation of the mind, being on observation of emotions, pair that with heart-centered approach, pair that with gratitude, and recognize how far, I would say, recognize how little you fall into those same loops of negative thinking, right? So gratitude for quality time with my dogs. Grateful for a lot of time. Grateful for being grateful. Adrian, the jokester of the chat. Grateful your mic has a mute button. Grateful for my guitar. Grateful for semen retention. Grateful just to be here and experience whatever life is. It'll all be over in a blink of an eye. Grateful for a warm home. Grateful for my intuition. Grateful that I listen better to my inclinations. Grateful for my kitty. Much gratitude, everyone. Much gratitude. I'm grateful for all of you being here. Once again, I appreciate y'all in the space. I see all of you, and I want to remind all of you that you're doing a great job. You're doing an amazing job, and be sure that you affirm that to yourself every day. You're doing an amazing job. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're learning the exact lessons you're meant to learn. You're making the exact mistakes you're supposed to make. Allow, flow. Accept, full acceptance. Full acceptance. Yes, boo-boo baby kitty. Yes, boo-boo baby kitty. Take one conscious breath in. One conscious breath out. Bring your awareness to your heart center. Be there. Yes. Do you want to sit on my lap? So what I'm going to do next with y'all is I'm going to read a section from the book Tao Te Ching, and then we'll do a live guided meditation to close out the stream. Come here. Come. What? Come here. Come. Boo boo, come here. Baby. Boo boo. Come here. Okay. There we go. Making it work. Okay. Just burned the lavender incense and the smell felt nostalgic to me because it reminded me of when I first burned it. Lavender. Oh, Queenie Bean. Alrighty, y'all. What does Here Now live stream need to hear today? I'm going to flip it to a page. I don't know if anybody does that here, but sometimes what I do is if there's a book that I like, I just flip it to a random page. I ask like, what do I need to hear? I flip it to a random page and I receive whatever message is on that page. So, whatever is meant for us to hear in this moment from this book, let's go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read it and I'm not going to interpret it. I'm going to let it be and allow it to sink in. Once again, this is the book. Check it out in the book list down below. What does the Here Now live stream community need to hear today? Here Now live stream family need to hear today. Right. I'm reading meditation number 69. Know your weakness. A great military general once said, I dare not invite conflict as a host, but always act as a guest. I hesitate to advance an inch and am quick to withdraw a foot. This is advancing not by advancing. It is winning without weapons. It is charging without rage. It is seizing without force. There's no mistake greater than making light of an enemy. Through overconfidence, we make ourselves vulnerable. When well-matched armies come to conflict, the one that is aware of his own weakness conquers. Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat. Do you have Breaking Your Habit of Being Yourself? Where do I have that? I have it on Kindle. I read the book a couple years ago. I'm trying to remember. I know I have right here, I have a hard copy of Becoming Supernatural, but I think I have that book in my Kindle because it's not here. Either that or I had the hard copy and I gave it away. because I had to give away a lot of my books. Queen, we're about to start the meditation session. Would you like to join? Okay. All right, say, for anyone who is still here, anyone who is still present, let's move into a guided meditation. We're going to do a heart-centered one together. A body scan once again. You want to come on my lap? Please. If you jump off, Bean. Thank you. Please sit. Please sit. Please. Yes. Yes. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. For anyone who's still here, thank you for being here. Thank yourself for being here. Everyone, thank you, Adrian. Appreciate you in the chat. As we enter into this guided meditation, I will direct you to bring your awareness to your heart. Not only will you bring your awareness to your heart, but also take this moment to bring awareness to space. There will be ample space within this meditation. So be sure to give your awareness to that space. Give your awareness to your body, right? So there's 3 things you can bring your awareness to to allow you to get outside of the mind, right? Heart center, space, and your body. When you bring your awareness to space, right? Your body is I would say a channel. It opens that door to beingness. And ultimately in that space, you sense that beingness. Beingness is a recognition and a relinquishment of attachment to identity, attachment to labels. In that space, you're just being. Yeah, she's purring. Do you hear her in the mic? Queen is definitely a purr. So in this meditation, allow yourself to surrender and be. Okay. Alrighty. Wherever you are, find yourself in a comfortable position. You can be seated upright with your feet on the ground. Be crisscross, applesauce. You could be laying down. Ensure that it is a position that allows you to be alert and aware. So you are above thought instead of falling below thought. Take this moment to bring awareness to the natural inhalation and exhalation of your breath. Be there fully. Awareness is love. Whatever you give your awareness to, you give love to. Awareness is life. Whatever you give your awareness to, you give life to. Breath is life. When you give awareness to breath, you give awareness to life. Take this moment to curl the sides of your lips, creating a slight smile. Notice the loving and compassionate energy that flows through you just from a slight smile. Throughout the entirety of this meditation, hold that slight smile. If ever you notice it fall away, welcome it back. Direct your awareness to your heart center. Be there. Direct your awareness from your toes to your heels. From your heels to your knees. From your knees to your hips. From your hips to your chest. From your chest to your shoulders. From your shoulders to your elbows. From your elbows to your palms. From your palms to your fingertips. Scan your neck to your jaw. Your jaw to your entire face and your head. Take one conscious breath in. One conscious breath out. And bring your awareness to the entirety of your body. Notice the life that you are. Now direct your energy, your awareness, to your heart center once more. Be there. Sorry, Bubs. When you bring your awareness to your heart center, you give yourself the opportunity to feel compassion, kindness, love, peace, and joy. A reminder of your truest nature. Assisting you in rising above the incessant loop of negative thoughts and emotions. Allowing you to embrace change with grace. To release with ease. To be. Take this moment to direct this loving awareness to someone else. Someone you may know and love, maybe an acquaintance, or maybe even someone you may not have the best relationship with. Flow with whoever arises in your mind. Send them these words. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at peace. If you would like, replace you with their name. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be at peace. Take this moment to thank yourself for this practice. Thank you for opening up space, for feeling compassion, peace, love, recognizing space, and experiencing the joy of being. Remember, you can return to this space whenever you need. It's always here. Know that you can always stay connected to the space throughout the day. You can stay connected to it always. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, open your eyes, and return when you're ready. I want to thank everyone for being here in this live stream. Thank yourself for being here in this live stream. Thank yourself for opening up a space to heal, to grow, to learn. We talked about quite a bit today. So take the time to integrate any aha moments, any realizations. Here Now live streams a space where we recognize that all hope is not lost in this world, and there are many like-minded individuals who are on the same journey, who feel a similar purpose, and we're here for each other. Getting tired of. I'm sending y'all peace. I'm sending y'all love. And I'm sending y'all continued presence. Much gratitude to everybody who came in today's chat. Eddie, thank you, Morcie. I appreciate you. Much love, much love. Peace and love, family. Vina, good night, all. Thank you so much, Morcie. You're very welcome. Eddie, even your cat is relaxed. Indeed, she's very relaxed. She's joining the show. Definitely joining the show. Much love to everybody here. Much love. I'll see you Sunday. Until next time. Live in a state of gratitude.